Hello everybody out in Facebook land. My name's EJ and I'm a life support operator here at Como Park Zoo and Conservatory. I work with the zookeeper staff and I help maintain all of the water that we have for all of our animals here in the park. And today I'm going to be doing a little bit of diving. Right here we have behind us our Pacu tank. It is currently requiring a nice scrub on the window. Algae grows on the window the same way that you'd have algae grow on your fish tank at home. Here it's a little more intense. We've got some natural sunlight that comes in, and it really gives a lot to the algae to grow. And so one of my jobs here is to hop in, get all that algae scrubbed off the glass, make sure that the exhibit looks nice and clean, and the water is nice and clean for all the animals, especially the fish since they live in there. So today what we're going to do is we're going to demonstrate one of the kinds of diving that we do here, which is called hookah. And unlike a scuba tank, which is a self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, this works off of a tank and a long hose. And you'll see that as I get in, got a nice long hose that I can get to all parts of the exhibit. It's not just algae cleaning that we do here. We also have some maintenance that we need to do periodically, checking the grates for the filters and making sure the exhibit's not leaking, those kinds of things. And but today the focus is going to be jumping in, getting the glass all cleaned up, making sure that you got a lot that you can see when you come visit us here at Como Zoo. And I just wanted to give a shout out here. Thank you to Legacy for bringing your Como live today. This is always a really fun part, something you can maybe do over your lunch where you can't make it to the zoo. Come to Como live and check out what we got going on here. So this is our Amazon rainforest exhibit. This is a representation of what you might find down the Amazon. And we've got quite a few different fish species in here. The very large ones in here are Pacu. We also have some red hooks in here and some silver dollars. Those aren't piranha, they're a relative of. But don't worry, your local Como Zoo diver is going to be just fine in here. I don't have to worry about getting eaten up by piranha. We also have a few other different species of cichlids in here, and hopefully our jaguar cat might make an appearance as well. But this is a really neat exhibit. It's one of my favorites to dive because it's only a comfy 77 degrees in here. As I said, we have a multiple exhibits here that we have to dive and maintain and make sure that everybody can see the animals clear. The polar bear exhibit is only about 55 degrees, so that one's not very fun to dive, unless it's 0 degrees outside, and then it feels warmer. But today I'm going to hop into this nice 77 degree pool and do a little cleanup here. So as I had said, one of the things that we're going to be doing in here is we're going to be using a hookah system to dive in here. There's multiple kinds of systems that we can use to go underwater and still breathe. I like breathing, most people like breathing, and I like doing it especially underwater. And so we're going to use a hookah system today. Scuba diving is the more prevalent version of this, and people scuba dive for sport, people scuba dive for a living. Underwater welding is a career that you could have, scuba diving. I was fortunate enough to have Como friends send me down to Curacao to do a lionfish conservation work where I was doing a lot of scuba diving, and that's a self-contained a tank on your back, self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, and we'll showcase maybe a little bit of that time that I spent down in Curacao on here as well. But today you're going to see I've got a big long yellow hose up there. I'm also hooked up to a tether in case there's some kind of an emergency that I need to be pulled out. I get hit in the head by a Pacu, or I pass out, or any kind of emergencies. We're always prepared and always have our safety number one in mind when we're doing this kind of work. It is a little bit dangerous, and so we always have to take some precautions.